Hi, my name is Trent Thompson. I'm a VP Creative Director. I wanted to be an actor, and I was no good. I remember being at a party full of young actors. I looked around, I'm like, these people drive me crazy. I can't be here. Advertising was always something interesting, and I had a family friend who was in the business, and I just called him up and asked him, what do I need to do? So he pointed me in the direction, you need to get a book together. Easiest place to do that is school. So I went to Humber and just kind of went from there. And the thing I always say is I'm too artistic to be in business and too business-minded to be an artist, so advertising fit perfectly. I'm always big on finding something a little bit unexpected, and it could be a small insight that isn't in the brief but comes out in the research, or those little things that make you smile, not in the sort of humor way, but smile in that sort of cleverness. There's something interesting there that you can't kind of let go of, and I've heard it referred to as the thread in the sweater that you can't help but pull. But really, anything I do is I'm always thinking about kind of how is it received, how is it perceived, does it drive action, whether it be a change of behavior or clicking a button or donating, whatever it may be. I want people to do something because of the work I do. I think it changes. Anytime I get a brief, the first thing I do is I flip to the key message or the single most important thing or whatever that company, that brief template calls it. I read that and I beat that up, usually in the room, which pisses some people off sometimes. But if I can wrap my head around that piece, then the rest of it just kind of falls into place. I circle whatever the final idea is, and I think it's like so many people, I just write down, I start with everything and then just distill and distill and distill and focus until I finally land on something. And usually it's a weird feeling of, is this great or stupid? And I don't always know the answer. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's definitely a refining process. I'm teaching right now at Humber, and one of the things I've been telling students is, if you beat up an idea and you get to the realization that it's not right, feel free to get rid of that idea. Too often we get down a road and we feel like I've lost that time, or I've lost all that effort, I've lost all that work. But that work is going to be what gets you to whatever the next idea, whatever that kernel is. For me at least, there's something in my head that's like, no, there's something here. There's something here, I just haven't figured it out yet. I haven't cracked it, and it's pissing me off, but I know it's there, so out of spite almost of myself, I'm gonna dig in, I'm gonna find it. And sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't, but it's such a gut thing, and it's so individual to the creative or creative team doing it. To me, I think the distinction is between that itch that you wanna scratch, you wanna pick at it, and if I have to convince myself that this is right, then odds are it's not. The biggest mistake is trying to over-explain it, because the simpler an idea and the clearer that is, whether it be a video or like a can board or God forbid we have to read an entire write-up, but we do if we have to. But in videos and in boards, like, give it to me quickly. What's the challenge? What's the challenge? What's the insight? And what's the idea that's gonna meet that challenge? And how does it springboard off that insight? And if I can follow all that and I'm nodding, then that's great. The best ideas and the easiest pieces to really grasp are the ones that are just so simple that it can't be anything else.